Today we are going to discuss how to think. How exactly should the thought process be for us to succeed in anything in life? Because we have already discussed so much on how repeated thought makes manifestation possible. So then how important it is to think rightly. Remember this, that if you have to drive a car, you must be on the driver's seat. If you are not on the driver's seat and yet you want to drive a car, you never know where the car will go. So also, if you want to drive your life to a particular destination, a particular goal, you must be on the driver's seat. You must be driving your car. You must drive the instruments of your usage, your instruments of perception, your senses and mind should be driven by you, obviously. And that is why it is so important to manufacture a conscious thought process so that you remain the driver of your car and your body mind take you to your destination in life. A conscious, guided, deliberate, willful thought process is the secret of success. A positive thought process which is guided from within. You are deeply conscious and so your thoughts go the way you want them to go. This kind of a thought process through an organized mind will take you to your goals in life. Let me draw your attention to a few facts about your own thought process. See, when a sculptor wants to sculpt a beautiful image, what does he first do? He imagines, visualizes the image perfectly in his mind. To do this, he declutters his mind. He removes all the unnecessary thought modifications and concentrates on what he wants to create. Once that image is perfectly set in his mind and the block of stone is in front of him, he will just chip off from the stone what is not in his mind. By the power of visualization, he translates that image into the stone. It is that simple. So initially, what is required is an uncluttered mind. If the mind is full of erratic thought, employ means to declutter it. Use a technique of meditation, use a technique of yoga, do anything to bring the mind to a state of relative calmness. And there, visualize your goal in its entirety. Deep visualization. It means concentrated thought. Basically, intense focus on what you want to manifest in your life. If you are able to provide this, the next step will be manifestation. That will naturally happen. So then, the decluttered mind, perfect visualization, and a perfectly organized thought process will make manifestation possible. Remember this, in such a state, whatever you think repeatedly will become a reality for you. You will manifest it. This is the power of your thought. What you think repeatedly, you will become, you will manifest. What you feel repeatedly, you will attract into your life. You will experience it. And what you imagine repeatedly, you will create it. How exactly does this thinking make manifestation possible? This is something I would like to draw your attention to through a very, very, very important incident in the life of a great spiritual master who was called Swami Brahmananda. So one day he gave out this very important teaching regarding mind and manifestation. It was a very hot day in Belur Math in Kolkata and it was almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon and Swami Brahmananda was sitting. It is so hot and humid there in the summers, so a lot of sweating, and one of his disciples entered and immediately Swami Brahmananda told him, "Come on, let us meditate on the Himalayas. Let us meditate on the great mountains and the snow and the beautiful crisp air that will cool us down. It will refresh us." Then he let out a very secret teaching. He said, "You know how this mind is? Many times in the mind, all sorts of thoughts are there. Many sanskars are there, impressions. of past thoughts, past actions. All these cloud and cover up the mind. But at the very base, the foundation of this mind lies awareness. If you empty the mind of thoughts and even of sanskars, even of all these erratic modifications and impressions, the awareness will come to the forefront. The awareness will become prominent in your mind. Once your mind is filled with awareness, which was always there, but you were identified with the thought process, that was the problem. So once you remove thought, you learn the art of removing thought, you will understand that your mind is always filled with awareness. Just like he gave an example, say a glass of water. There is already space in that glass, but you can't see it. You see only the water. You pour out the water, you will realize there is space in the glass. So also there is consciousness in your mind. That is why thought appears to be conscious thought, enlivened from within as it were. But this consciousness or awareness, the reflected awareness in your mind cannot be easily found because of your engagement with your thought process, your complete identification with your thought. So quell this a little. Calm down the mind. Remove these thoughts consciously and you will come to the fact of your awareness. Once you understand this, you will find your mind to be magical, capable of really realizing any thought you place there. Once the mind attains this state of pure awareness, any thought you place there will ignite, will get inflamed, and you will realize it, as it were. It will manifest in the outer world.